Hey, howdy party people. Quick one for you today. I just wanted to go over real quick. The Hytale Twitter account put out a nice little tweet here, actually a short thread, showcasing some of the cosmetics you can get in the different editions of the game that you can buy. Now, if you'll recall, there is a $20 edition, that's the standard edition, which comes with a couple cosmetics we'll get into. Then there's the supporter edition, which is $35, and then the curse breaker edition, which is $70. He's a very helpful kitty. He's a very helpful kitty, huh, Mr. Freddy? Oh, okay. Alright, sorry about that. So let's have a look. A first look at some of the extra cosmetics found in each Hytale Early Access Edition. You can mix every piece from the new sets with any existing in-game ones. Style your avatar your way. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. Because if these were just sets, doesn't really necessarily have as much value. It's a little bit harder to be personalized when everybody's running around with the same ones. If you purchase either the Supporter or Curse Breaker editions, you will also get all the cosmetics in the tier below. E.g., if you are buying the Curse Breaker edition, you'll also receive everything in the Supporter and Standard editions. And we'll be expanding the content of each edition. So from what I understand, they're going to be adding more stuff both before and after Early Access launch, but they just want to give us an idea of what we should expect before we actually, pay for this stuff. Here's a peek at some of the exclusive capes included with Early Access Edition. So this video here is just about a minute of capes, specifically capes. These are not necessarily tied to any of the sets that they show us down below. These are just on their own, they're capes. And they don't say which one's for which edition, but it's a pretty cool little video, so let's have a look. So here you have the same, kind of a flowery leaf berry, a forager cape really that you saw from the creative gameplay video. Alright, got a bit of a more of a regal classic cape. Something feathery with a chain with the this symbol right here. That's a significant symbol. That's the evil contained symbol, I believe. Here you have more of a kind of a Zone 2 inspired desert colored cape, and then something that's more like for what would you call them, like almost coattails, I suppose. And then you have this kind of a fiery, almost occult looking kind of a it's more of a robe, honestly, at this point than it is a cape. It's really nice though. The little gaps in it are cool. Something kind of sinister looking, to be honest. I kind of like it though. I like it for its simplicity. Now this one here, this is my favorite one. I absolutely love this leaf cape. I think it is so cool. I do think the way that it separates is a little interesting, the way it's like 4 distinct sheets of them, but I think it just looks so nice. It's so cool. And the actual top piece that holds it all together is really nice. You have this one, which is particularly interesting. Just in terms of its design, it's very complicated, but it looks awesome. And then this one to get with the evil contained symbol. Kind of reminds me of Jace Beleren from Magic the Gathering, if anyone knows who that is. It's kind of his vibe, but it's really nice though. I mean, the texture work here is just it's gorgeous. I can see why Simon was talking about the art team having trouble keeping up when they're making stuff as nice as this. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it right, eh? But yeah, no, these all look quite lovely. The way that walking kind of affects them, extremely cool. I can't get enough of that. Minecraft capes are always neat just because not everybody had one. Still to this day, not everybody has one unless you're on Bedrock, and then I think everybody gets the that grass one. But it's not necessarily that fancy looking in Minecraft. I think these look so nice. These look like a very natural part of the outfit. It doesn't kind of take you out at all. And these all feel like they fit within the world of Hytale. Definitely a huge fan of this one right here, though. I think this one is just chef's kiss. I think it's perfect. All right, so down here we have what you receive for each edition so far. So for the standard edition, they've revealed the Forest Guardian set, which looks quite nice. It's kind of nature inspired, definitely Zone 1 vibes. This also includes that cape that is sort of that forager style cape that we saw before. We don't know if this staff is a part of it. I assume that's just a normal weapon in the game, since we know there's magical staffs, or staves, I guess. Then over here we have the Voyager set. This looks really nice. It's got a good vibe. It's kind of a Leon Kennedy or like Ash vs. Evil Dead style jacket going on here. Gotta love a jacket like that. But it's got like a little star badge on it. You know, he's the sheriff in town, I suppose. You know, those boots just look comfortable, to be honest. I love the goggles. So I think this one looks really nice. Then down here you have what you get in the $35 supporter edition. So this is the scavenger set. You know, kind of an interesting outfit here. I feel like, and I'm gonna say this with a couple of these, and this isn't just because I know Simon is a fan, but this one feels very World of Warcraft inspired, and I mean that in the best way possible, because World of Warcraft, if you don't know, has absolutely spectacular cosmetic sets. It's a huge thing in that game to do what is called transmogging, which is where you take an item that's actually good mechanically and change it to look like one that's pleasing aesthetically, or that matches the look you're going for your character. And yeah, this reminds me of that in all the right ways. I love all the skull and bone imagery is quite fun. But yeah, it's and this is a nice scarf here. Again, just awesome texture work. The unbelievable amount of detail you can get out of assets in Hytale is really something worth praising. Then you have the Featherbound set. This is also tied to that feathery cape with the chain that we saw in the video there. It's a really nice set. I like it a lot. I'd be curious to see it on other models, but I think this is really cool. The way that they handle the palette I just love this palette, man. It's really, really nice. Very pleasing to look at. Kind of Robin Hood vibes, right? Then you have this one here, which is very interesting. I don't really have anything to liken it to, but I do want to mention how much I love this huge zipper piece here. Huge fan of that. Also, I like the way that the pants look, or if they're leggings, the leggings. A lot of people have been pointing out that this looks a lot like the symbol for, I think it was the fawn, which you can see in some of the concept art for all the symbols and languages of the different races of Hytale, of Orbis. But and I think that's interesting. It's definitely possible that it's related, but I do think it's possible it's a coincidence and this is just a fun pattern. But it does look nice. And I've never watched it, but this kind of reminds me of the Naruto headbands a little bit. But it looks really nice. Again, super good color palette. Yeah, very, very nice. And then finally you have the Cursebreaker edition, which comes with the Hope of Gaia set. This one's been getting a lot of traction. This is the one I was saying was very intricate before, and indeed it is. It's highly layered, but it's really nice. It's just so detailed and intricate. But again, love the color palette. It's quite pretty. I think this will look absolutely lovely in game. Next, you have the Void Hero set. Everybody's been talking about this one. Now, this is another one where I'll say it's given me a World of Warcraft vibe, just in the use of the large gemstones, but it's extremely nice looking. This is one of the ones that really stands out to me and appeals to me. I think this is really nice. This is really smooth. I feel like this would especially look good in a variety of environments, which is nice. I feel like that you could kind of fit this into any zone, and it would look pretty great. And then last but not least, you have the Popstar set, which, just really cool looking. I absolutely love it. The boots are really fun. I think they did a really good job with those. And just all around, just a cool vibe. Very much its own. I like that all of these feel like they fit into a consistent identity for the game, which is something I always like to mention for Hytale, is that it has a very strong identity of its own, and a very distinct art style. You're going to definitely see a lot of videos cropping up about the art style of Hytale once the game fully kind of explodes into the mainstream. I think it's definitely something worth appreciating. But yeah, so those are all the cosmetics that they announced today for the different editions. Again, all of these will be getting more cosmetics as time goes on. Probably both before and after early access launch, which I think is really cool. I do hope that they keep up with that. I imagine by the time like 1.0 rolls around, they'll probably have other stuff to worry about. They'll have other things going on. But at least for a little while, we'll probably be seeing them add some cool cosmetics. I do think it's difficult to justify, you know, jumping from a $20 edition to a $50 extra dollar, you know, for $70 total edition. That's tricky to convince people to be interested in. But again, the game is essentially entering a closed alpha with this early access launch. So I think it's important to remember that all of this is designed with kind of the existing and new core fan base in mind, not so much the general public. So I don't think you have to sell people on the $70 edition. There's just gonna be people that are willing to pay more just for the hell of it, just to support the game. And I think, you know, providing those people with stuff that makes them feel like their purchase has value is a good idea. I'm curious to see what else they come out with. I would say my two favorite things from all of this, well, I would say three, is the definitely the Leaf Cape, the Voyager set, and then the Void Hero set. I think all of this looks awesome, though. I'm really excited to see what this all looks like kind of in action, and to mix and match the pieces especially. I think that's probably the coolest thing, is that you could kind of do whatever you want with all the elements of these, which is super exciting. And I'm curious to see what it actually feels like changing all that stuff in game. I should have another video out soonish for you guys. I'm doing another video that I think you guys will enjoy, that should inform you guys. It's a little tricky doing research on this game nowadays, because a lot of the information is pretty old and outdated, but that's kind of what makes it fun. And there's a little bit of theorizing in the mix, no matter what you do. So keep an eye out for what I got coming out for you guys, and if you want to see it and you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.